dose of that in this one. Welcome, everyone, to Hard Rock Stadium, home of the Miami Hurricanes. As we'll see a squad from the Big Ten, the Northern Illinois Huskies, taking on the 10th-ranked team in the land, the Miami Hurricanes. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. And the Huskies ready to get this thing started and open the season. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They've got the big fellas out there, a 3 tight end look on 1st and 10. A run to the right, fighting off the defender. Gets it across the 30 to the 31, a pickup of 5.
I know that wasn't a huge, sexy gain. I know not everybody's jumping up and down, but what it does do is put you in a great position to succeed on 2nd down. 2nd and 10, really hard. 3rd and 10, really hard. Now you're in a manageable situation. It really gives you the whole playbook.
Off the play fake. They're working that left side. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a 1st down. Last completion moved the sticks, and let's see if they try it again. The give to the back. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
The Hurricanes can really attack on this 2nd and short. Reads it, fires complete. Turning it on. All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the 1st down.
Really nice job there by the quarterback understanding it's blitz, and not just that it's blitz, but knowing whether it's man coverage or zone coverage behind the blitz. You've still got to know where your answer is going to be based on what the defense is doing in the back end, and he add the answer to the test right there.
Stop is made at the 36, but he picked up 10 on that one and has a fresh set of downs.
That's a nice-looking run, man, and what a legacy here when you think about Edgerrin James and Frank Gore, Willis McGahee, Clinton Portis, game breakers at the running back position. And this guy, he seems like he's destined to play on Sunday.
They're going to go right back to him on 1st down. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
Offense trying to go RPO, but how about the defense? Up front, their front 7, they had dudes winning, just being way more physical and able to get to that running back.
Trying play action. Fires to the right. He's got it. Really nice job there by both guys to throw and the catch to work that defense and get the 1st down.
And when you're running the ball well, QBs love going to play action. You get the linebackers starting to suck up closer to the line of scrimmage. They're keying on those running backs, and it just makes pitch and catch so much easier for these quarterbacks and receivers.
To the ground with the back. Fights through the pile and picks up a couple down to the 16.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down.
Let's go! Let's go! Base! Base!
Wide receiver going in motion. Quick release by the QB. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
I like the mitts, the big fella coming in with the catch. Hey, running a little bit of a route, showing a little wiggle, getting open, throw him the football. That's what he catch you, big fella.
Music now! Music for base bait! Here we go!
The play action fake. He took a hit as he flew it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and fourth down's coming.
Oh, you know what time it is when the defense gets that stop on third down. Fist up in the air. Nice job getting to the quarterback, putting some pressure on him, hitting him, forcing the incompletion. Fourth down, baby.
Not a chance. Missed it. And after the miss, guys, the score stays right where it is.
And sometimes I just feel like fourth down, man, just go for it every time. Like the field goal miss, make rate. And listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but you left some points off the scoreboard there.
They'll run the RPO and throw it right. Trying to hit him with a quick game on first down and nothing doing there. Let's look big picture at Northern Illinois. They had some players jump into the transfer portal, but they were able to hang on to some of their key pieces. Do you think really that's more the culture coming through or promises from the staff, Dave?
I think that's exactly how I would do it because I can fill some of my holes and my gaps, especially for spring ball and for all those other steps to build depth while I develop some of the younger guys. So you just kind of take a medium range of portal guys, Jesse.
Yeah, David, I think the coaching staff knew they were going to lose some guys. Some guys didn't play enough last year, and they expected them to bounce. But they were able to hold on to some key people that a lot of other programs wanted. So give this coaching staff credit, re-recruiting their own guys. And let's see if that pays dividends today.
And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf. Northern Illinois will line up to punt it away. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. Fields to punt and try to pick up some yards. He gets a block. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. A blown opportunity, missing that short field goal on the last drive, and now they'll try to put something on the board here. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Got rid of it quickly, but it's incomplete. Backed up now, here's second and long. Off play action. It's complete on the right side. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They've got to come up with a big play on this third and long. He'll set up to throw. Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49.
And the defense gets a sack, and that's going to be the big determining factor in this football game. A week ago, he only got sacked one time. They've already got him on the ground. If they want to win this football game, they got to keep getting after the quarterback.
A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. this drive going to the air. With the catch, it's Clinton. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. They were able to get the ball to the running back in space, but that space just evaporated.
And a great job by the defense, man. It's tough to get those guys on the ground. They're so used to having the football as running backs and making plays and being dynamic.
There he goes. And they don't drag him down until he gets all the way to the 46-yard line.
And I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
Grabbed in the backfield. It's fired. Quick throw, but he's not going anywhere. The defense was all over it.
Nice job by the defense staying glued to him. Getting him on the ground as soon as he catches the football. Knowing he's a threat, I'm not going to let this guy get out of my sights. Nice job by the D.
The Huskies with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. To the air on second down. Using the quick game. Caught, and he's close to a first down on the nice pickup there.
And quarterback, receiver on the same page. Nice job seeing the zone, understanding the drag route concept. Easy pitch, easy catch.
And the Huskies are at the line looking to convert on third and short. Now they're really starting to threaten as they pick up the first down at the 34-yard line.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think more about if you're the play caller on offense.
It has been all defense all the time in the early going as we wrap up the first quarter, and the stats certainly reflect that. Let's see if the offenses can find a little rhythm here in the second. They're looking to get the edge with this one on the toss. Breaks into the open. Stopped and forced out of bounds at the 21-yard line, just outside the red zone, and they are looking to get one in here.
And this is a really good job of getting on the perimeter so quickly. When you run these tosses, you get away from the big boys. And when you got speed in the backfield, let them do the rest, right? Flip it to him, let him get outside, let him run the football, make a big gain. When you got speed at the running back spot, you definitely want to toss it to him and get him on the perimeter.
Well, it wasn't a great start for this quarterback, but on this drive, he seems to be turning the corner. He just looks like he's playing in a different rhythm. He's seeing the field better. It's almost as if the game is starting to slow down for him. I think on that last completion, it was a good example of that.
Rides the back and leaves it on the option. Touchdown, Huskies! Excellent pass by the back on the option.
Man, you got to be so disciplined when you play the option. You got to keep your eyes on your guy. They lost track of the pitch, man. The quarterback pitches it to him. He takes it in the house. Got to be a little bit more sound on defense.
Oh, how could that happen? He misses the extra point. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Gentlemen, let's take a look at what's happening in this exciting college football game. Ohio is currently ahead in this one inside a jam-packed Eden Stadium, but the Bobcats have struggled to really pull away. They're up by 7 over Old Dominion. Your boy KC has you covered here in studio, guys, in case anything changes in this one.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. We'll see if they can be a little more productive this time around. A 3 and out the last time they had the ball. Handoff to the lone back. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
And this offense on first down, man, they go backwards. And they've built a deficit, and they've been sluggish. And they just need something to get going, to get started, because they've kind of looked out of sorts and out of rhythm this whole game.
Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Fires to the tight end. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
Well, a nice completion there, finding the tight end. And what's so beautiful about that is while they didn't get the first, they were able to pick up enough yards now to make the 3rd down manageable, really putting this offense in a good position.
Shotgun snap on 3rd down. Takes the easy completion. Oh, he's got some space. They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a 1st down.
And that's why for the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball close to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't need to be a throw deep down the field. He's so dynamic when he has the ball in his hands. You saw it right there.
Wants to go up top on 1st down. That's reeled in. It's Peters. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker.
Nice patience by the quarterback there. He had his receiver running a crossing route, but the QB knew it was zone coverage, so he's got to be careful and make sure that he hits him in a window. He did that right there.
Got the completion on the last play. Still some work to do on 2nd down. They'll run play action. Fires on the move. He's open on the right. It's a running room. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Canes.
A big question mark for this offense coming into the year, guys. Who could score touchdowns? Who are going to be their biggest playmakers on offense? This guy scored in the first game. He's off to a great start in this one with that touchdown. This guy looks like the real deal.
Extra point here will give them the lead. And the extra point puts them on top by 1. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Takes over as the offense heads to the field. Took the last drive in for a touchdown. They'll try to do it again on this one. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. This freshman makes the stop after a short gain. Able to pick up a couple on 1st down, 2nd and 8 from their own 27. Looking to fire. The throw to the outside is complete. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the 1st down marker.
I love the anticipation on that throw by the QB on the out route. You've got to throw it before the receiver comes out of his break. Nice work.
The Huskies are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. They'll run for it on 3rd and short. And he needed just a single yard, and he did not get it. What a stout play by this defense.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
The offense stays on the field. Maybe they'll try to make the defense jump. They also might try to run it ahead for 1 yard. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on down.
That's a great job there by the defense here early in this game, getting a huge stop, and they've got an opportunity to make the opponent pay. Offense taking over now in great field possession. Let's see what they can do here from a play calling standpoint to try to put some points on the board.
No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Squeezes out a couple of yards down to the 32. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7.
You got two. You got two.
Motion from the wide receiver. Finds the tight end. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. The defense uses their second timeout of the half as they try to get their act together. Now facing a 3rd and long.
Let's go. Let's go.
The snap sets up the throw. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Well, this is a disappointing drive for the offense, considering where this drive started, in their opponent territory. Now you're 4th and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
Never a doubt for this big-footed guy. 49-yard field goal is good.
And so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
And there will be no return on this one as the ball bounds into the end zone. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Toss to the left. Look out, he's got room. Turning it on. He goes out of bounds right at the 37-yard line. A good, productive play there to get things going. They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Quick release on the RPO. Still on his feet at the 45. They got him free for a big gainer down to the 43. Live by the blitz. Get hit with a chunk play on the blitz, too, especially if you're man up on that dude.
And you know what? You lose some battles, especially to receivers like this who are so elite. You're going to lose some of those, but I'm still going to be aggressive. I'm still going to play man. I'm still going to have to bring some blitzes. So I look for this defense to stay aggressive, but maybe give that guy a smidge more attention.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. The short hands. It's Clinton. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a 1st down. Clock stops momentarily for the 1st down. They'll hurry to the line. Looking to throw on 1st down. Got a man. It's Clinton. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. In their vision of that play, someone would run free after making an easy catch. There was nowhere to run and nowhere to go except down.
Probably looked really good when they drew that one up on the board this week in practice, but obviously a lot more difficult to go out and execute. Give the defense credit. Great stop.
Know the situation, know the game of football, right? When I start to get outside the pocket, I don't see anything there. I can throw the ball away. I don't have to take a sack, get a lost yardage play. I can just throw the ball out of bounds as long as it passes the line of scrimmage, we go on to the next down. No harm, no foul.
On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. That's caught. It's Clinton. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands. I know defenders hate quarterbacks and love nothing more than hitting them, but you're hitting yourself in the gut when you get a 15-yard penalty. And guys, bringing the heat is what any defense is about, but you have to stop short of making that official reach for his flag. Caught behind the line. It's fired. Touchdown, Huskies! Haul that baby in and then stroll into the end zone for the score.
And I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. I'll tell you what, keep that passing game up. You can keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
The returner's going to try to see what he can get. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. They'll try to put something together, backed up a bit, starting at their own 13. Off the play fake on first down. Gonna take a shot. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on.
And the offense clearly saying, we want to take those deep shots. We want to be aggressive. And I think that's a good strategy because it makes the defense really honor what you're going to do. And just missed a little bit, but I wouldn't be surprised if this offense finds a way to come back to some of those deep balls.
Now the play fake. Firing to the right, complete. There he goes. How about that weight room work? He's showing off there as he gets across the 20. They'll mark it at the 22. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. And the Canes come to the line on third down, trying to keep this drive alive. He wants to change this route. On third and short, they'll try to throw for it. Quickly complete. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. And just when you think the fullback is extinct, he makes a play, makes a catch, and moves the chains.
You got to be impressed with this fullback, too, because he's obviously built to block. He's built to live in the trenches. Look at this guy. But he has the ability to catch the football. Very soft hands. He's a good little weapon in this offense.
Oh, he's going to try to hit him over the top. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
Hey, listen, the quarterback didn't get the completion on that throw, but that doesn't mean you can't try again. Trust in your playmakers outside to push the field and stretch it vertically and make a play for you. It won't surprise me to see this QB take more shots as this game goes on.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. They'll send the tight end in motion. Off the play fake. He'll take another shot here. And they can't hook up. Going for the big play on second down. Now it's third down.
This is going to be a tough situation for the offense here. Late in the first half, they're trying to find a way to generate some points before going into the locker room, but the defense is ready for it. So the windows are not going to be very big, especially when you're trying to attack vertically like they did on that last one. Downfield completions are going to be tough to come by.
He's not afraid to go deep. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Going the other way, and he's got room. And they make the play and make sure there's not any scoring opportunity right here before the end of the half.
And it's nice to be the middle of the field safety. That's my responsibility. I own the middle. If you want to come across the middle, I'm going to hit you. If you want to throw it across the middle, I'm going to do a good job breaking on the football. Unbelievable job. You got to have vision on the quarterback. See it, break it, go get it. Give me that INT.
The offense will stop the clock and use one of its timeouts. Just enough time for one final play of the half. Looking to throw on first down. He'll take a shot. Touchdown, Northern Illinois. They went for it all, and it paid off with the score.
I got to tell you, this offense has done some really good things here in this first half, and that was so critical. Scoring on their last possession of the half, they're adding their lead, and they've put so much pressure now on the opponent.
And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. And the Canes will try to kick this one deep to get things underway in the second half. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Guys, we'll see what the plan is for this Northern Illinois offense. They had this lead to start the third quarter because of the passing game. Didn't get a lot done on the ground.
They didn't, but the quarterback is in a rhythm. That was obvious in the first half. And so this first drive, you want to continue that. You want to see good decision-making. You want to see him playing on time. And as always, delivering the football.
I mean, I don't know how I don't give him the football. It's the reason I built the lead. He's the guy that I can trust. This offense is built around him. So I expect more of the same here in the second half.
Off to the fullback. So runs like that can really help your field position as they're up at the 35.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical. They're trying to stay on the field.
Sometimes you try to fool the defense with the fullback. Not fooled there.
Better block. Goodness gracious, that's supposed to be a quick hitter, get me a few short yards, and there was nowhere to hit it. They just got hit in the backfield and brought the big fella down quickly.
In their own territory, no problem. 4th and inches, and they'll go for it. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Makes the grab. Breaks into the open. And they finally get him to the ground. An easy conversion for this offense. Defense not exactly the perfect 4th down call there. Northern Illinois back to work after picking up the first down. Looking downfield on first down. Got it in the middle. It's fired. Ball down at the 38-yard line and a big pickup of 15 yards there. This Northern Illinois offense continues to move quickly. Caught in the backfield. It's fired. Gets him on the ground at the 28, but not before a big 10-yard pickup.
It's a nice play call there. You've got 2-possession lead. You're trying to keep the defense guessing, right? Because you've got that lead, they know you're going to run it, but you still have got to be able to sprinkle in some shot plays and some vertical throws. That was really, really good thinking on that last play call by the offense. This is going to be a big key for him, David, with the lead here in the second half, running the football, right? Staying on the field and bleeding the clock.
Yeah, run the football. You're ahead. You can be a little bit more conservative. But again, this opens up the pass. This keeps everything in balance for this offense.
This defense is going to have to be careful. Not only do they have to worry about this guy running the football, but they've got to keep their eye on him when he runs routes too. He is a versatile back.
Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. They'll run the option. Now the pitch. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2.
You can skin the cat a lot of different ways. You're just trying to get enough yards to pick up that first down. It's not the dive man. It's not the quarterback. He makes the right read, pitches it out, and he's just able to get enough to keep these sticks moving.
And the Wildcat has turned to disaster. A big loss as the defense was all over it.
Yeah, what a great job by the defense. You got to understand, it's physical time, right? They want to run the football when they start getting inside the 5. Nice job getting penetration, getting the tackle for the loss.
And that one did not work.
Yeah, what a great play by that quarterback. There's so much space out here with football, the way they spread you out, but to be able to break on the football when it's thrown and those quick passes like that, nice job by the quarterback.
It's complete to the left. Touchdown, Northern Illinois. And they take it in for 6 more points. Getting set for the point after.
Well, this offense needed a touchdown. No doubt that that was the guy the QB was going to be looking for on that play.
Northern Illinois, 27, Miami, 10.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. After giving up that score, now it's incumbent on this offense to kind of get a back and forth going, Jesse, in this game.
They got to put some points on the board here. There's obviously a lot of football to go, so it's not necessarily panic time just yet, but I'm getting the ball into the hands of my best playmakers on this drive.
I hear you, Jesse, but not panic time. Have you seen my defense? I mean, I'm not trusting them to get a lot of stops, so he puts a lot of pressure on this offense.
He's got an open man. Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. He's at the touchdown Hurricane. Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board.
And it's now the second time this wide receiver has scored. Another outstanding job with the route. Great job securing the catch.
Lining up to add another. And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, it's a final now in one of the more intriguing games of the week, that notable ACC clash. Florida State went on the road and just dominated. And that's one way to grab attention on a national level. Make a statement in someone else's house and prove you're legit. And did the Seminoles ever do that? Never know what can happen when 2 good teams face off. But even the most plugged-in ACC fans have to be surprised by this one, fellas.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there.
You know, it looks like they just flip the ball and everything just magically works. You know why this toss to the left works? Because the wide receivers block. You know, I know you don't say that very often. Most of the time they want to run out, you know, get the glory, catch the ball, but they got to do a good job of blocking. When you toss it on the perimeter, those guys are pivotal for this play to have success. Really good job blocking on the perimeter.
The defense has got to be able to make a play at some point here in the second half. You're down 2 possessions. You need to steal a possession badly. You need to have a takeaway. The coverage is going to have to be way tighter than on that last throw. Otherwise, this offense is just going to go up and down the field.
Holds it in. They get him corralled, but not until he's in the red zone. They'll mark it at the 14.
Well, it's a nice play design there. You're getting the running back involved in the pass game. Quarterback gives it to him early so he can go to work upfield and get the first down.
And the Huskies will have it 1st and 10. Caught in the backfield. It's Meyer. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit to the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate creating some distance there between him and the defense.
Going to swing it on second down. Caught near the sticks. It's Clinton. So close to that end zone. He can almost taste it, but it'll be first and goal for this offense. Makes the grab. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Northern Illinois. Lining up for the PAT.
Find my matchups out wide. I love a matchup with my wide receiver. I like my guy better than yours. Quarterback finds the matchup. The wide receiver catches the football, takes it into the end zone for 6.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Looking to the big tight end. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
And the big tight end, a lot of times that's a bigger strike zone, a bigger dude, and you could tell they put the hit on him, and that ball came out, and it came to the turf. Nice job playing physical by this defense.
Second and 10, he'll throw again. Grabbed over the middle, it's Daly. Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with a first down.
Great job by the offense. Listen, the defense is going to sit back in zone. You know what you got to do. Run those crossers across the formation. Those guys that are looking at the quarterback, they're not trying to pick up receivers all the time. Make those precise throws, right in those holes, get those first downs, get those big chunks.
From the 44-yard line, the offense snaps it on first down.
Here we go. Under.
Running back searching for a hole. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
You just got to wonder how frustrated this guy is, especially after the success he had their last game out, but just nothing going in this one. He has not been able to get himself into a rhythm. There's been way too much penetration up front defensively. They have been able to stop him in his tracks.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Interception, and things are going from bad to worse. Trying to take it back. He's at the 10. And after that huge gain, he will have a chance to catch his breath, and he's going to need it. What a way to wrap up the third quarter. One more quarter to play, and it might be unlikely, but hey, it's college football. Comebacks happen. They'll try to open the quarter by cashing in on this big opportunity deep in the red zone. They'll run it on first and goal. He's going for the goal line. Touchdown, Huskies! And the pummeling has started.
Yeah, and how about this offense, man, putting another drive together, getting in the end zone. And here's the deal. Going on the road, handling these conditions in game one, they've done a phenomenal job.
They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Comes that Miami offense back onto the field. This was certainly not their best effort. I believe this team is much better than it performed today, but they're going to pay the consequences of losing this ball game. They'll give it on the counter. Surges across the 30, out to the 32, a 6-yard run.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
And the Hurricanes with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving.
Military stun.
Wants to go up top. He's looking deep. Pulls it in down the middle. Oh, the big fella's gathering steam. He's showing it all. The juice, the jets, the moves, and he's got it down to the 16-yard line. They just changed the dynamic of this possession in a heartbeat, and now it's 1st and 10 from inside the red zone. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. The safe call on the wide receiver screen. Touchdown, Miami! A great catch and run for 6.
How about the day for this young fella? 3 receiving touchdowns. Hey, defense, that guy's good. We might want to do something about it. Let's send 2 at him. Let's send 3 at him. We can't let this guy continue to beat us time and time again.
Snapped it in the shotgun. Got his man on the right. He gets in there for the 2. It's a 2-possession game now, and they've still got a shot. They still have work to do, trailing by 2 possessions here in the 4th. They'll line up for the onside kick. Not much drives more anxiety than waiting to see if the hands team can corral the onside kick, and they do. The Northern Illinois offense ready to go back to work. They have it once again in spectacular field position, cashed in the last time, and even better this. Oh, he's got some space. Got enough for the 1st down and wants more. And there they go again, another huge gain on the ground.
Well, that's called paying off good field position. You've got the lead here late in the game. You've got the ball back. You're on your opponent's side of the 50, and on your very first play, you break off a long run. This defense right now is playing on their heels late.
And the physical play there forces the incompletion on 1st down.
We know about this running back's versatility. He's made some plays in this game so far, catching the ball. That time, though, he had no shot. Defender bearing down on him. They're able to get the hit and make sure it falls incomplete.
Pressure coming. Going for 6. Touchdown, Huskies. And the route is on.
Yeah, salt into wound, right? Late in the 4th quarter, you can run the football, run this game out. No, sir. I'm going to continue to pad my stats, find my receiver out wide, and give me another touchdown.
And he makes the extra point.
Northern Illinois, 48. Miami, 25.
Kickoff unit back to work, and they have been busy as they've built this sizable lead. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. We've certainly seen better performances from this group. You have to hope that they'll grow from this, but this is going to be one that they're going to kick themselves over for a while. Finds that crease, and he's got 4 out to the 29.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Trying play action. And that is interception number 3 on the day. Didn't get a chance to show off those running skills, but he gives them the ball at the 29-yard line.
And you will always remember your first. And how about that? Breaking on the football, getting an INT, the first INT. Keep the football, brother. The first of many big-time plays for this guy.
Finds just enough room to pick up a couple down to the 26. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Back to pass. Quarterback needs to make a better throw there. Incomplete. They're close enough for a makeable field goal from the 26, but they'd love to convert this 3rd and long. They'll go to the ground. Got the first down and more. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
And this offense has done a really good job late in this football game. Man, you put a premium on the 4th quarter and maximizing possessions, and they've put touchdowns on the board. They've done a great job. Nice last play, too. Keep that momentum going and get out of here with the win.
Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Grabbed behind the line, it's fired. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
They're able to find the tight end for an easy completion, but good job tackling, not allowing him to get the first down.
Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a 1st and goal. Flips it out to the back. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the first down.
And I love the aggressiveness by the defense. 3rd down and short, I'm going to play with my DBs up. Play aggressive. Try to take away those RPOs, those quick throws, those easy routes. Did a really good job and made the tackle, forcing the 4th down.
So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. On the option, he'll toss it. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a first down.
Well, I love the variety in the run game you're seeing from this offense. It's not just going to be conventional handoffs. Won't just be the quarterback, but he's making good decisions. Pitching at that time, that's the right read. And it's not a huge explosive home run type play, but it is enough to help them pick up the first down.
Trying to punch it in. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
He'll run it to the right, looking for the goal line. Stopped in the backfield, and that'll be a loss of 2.
So many offenses do this, right? They run the jet sweep. This defense was more than ready. They see it all the time. They got the penetration. That play had no chance to be successful.
The officials stop the clock for the 2-minute timeout, and the offense is that much closer to victory. This defense was put in a difficult spot, but they've made it tough, and now the offense faces 3rd and goal. Give to the big fullback. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks.
Decision time coming for this offense. How about the defense? They've hung in there, Palmer, made him earn it all the way down. Now, are you going to go for it on 4th down?
Yeah, you know, after running so many plays offensively on the drive, I know it'd be disappointing to only walk away with a field goal, but you'd feel even worse if you went for a touchdown and didn't get it. I think you kick it right here.
From the gun, he'll try to throw. Finds him out of the backfield. Touchdown, Northern Illinois. Made the grab and took it on in for the score.
And the second half looking a lot like the first half, and this lead continues to build. How about the rhythm of this offense? They are showing you a little bit of everything. What they worked on in the offseason has been right on point, and game one going exactly how they scripted it.
And he's not going to take the touchback. Not nearly as much as he had hoped when he brought it out in the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. His drive will open from the 15. Now they'll try the right side. They needed to find enough space and get it moving forward, and they're up to the 22.
And maybe the big fella can jumpstart this offense a little bit. They got to get some points, and he's that big physical guy, breaking some tackles, making some plays. Here in the fourth quarter, they're going to need it.
The running back has it. They get him stopped at the 26, but that'll be enough for this offense to go to work on first down. They moved the chains on the ground last time. Let's see if they try to hit him up top. Wants to throw on first down. And it is another interception. Just a terrible struggle for this quarterback. Good gain on the return, and this defense has set them up with a big play.
Well, man, we've seen explosive offensive firepower all game long, and here we are late in an obvious passing situation trying to get this thing close. The big eye.
And we have breaking news. They score yet another touchdown.
And add it on again. This offense has done whatever they want, however they want, and this lead has ballooned. When you start a season off, you want to build momentum. You want to defeat an opponent and beat them badly. That's exactly what they've done. This team looks ready to compete for a national championship.
25.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Scanning the field is Sullivan. Here's the pressure. They get to him as he throws. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion.
And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in. You can tell they were ready. They were fast. They were physical. They dominated this football game today.
This is the football equivalent of throwing in the towel or no mas, as they will concede defeat.